I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, what on earth is taking so long with this Bad Seeds project that you keep seeing? Well, we're doing this in our spare time. We do this at night or on weekends, whenever we can afford to do something. We make everything out of scrap and scratch, and we're not bankrolled by anybody. This is all out of pocket, and for all intents and purposes, we're amateurs. And recently I ran into a guy that I worked on a film set. Well, I actually did some special effects on his film. And he's out in California now. I'll share his IMDb page with you guys so you can see his accomplishments. And we're talking about some pretty big things. But I just wanted to show you how this has evolved. This is the studio when I rented it probably about 15 years ago. I put in a second floor and a green screen. And I started doing some very low-level commercials. Things that were for websites and for people that had a lot of money and wanted to do cool, fun stunts for their websites and things like that. I did some music videos. And this is a commercial I made for my friend Vanessa for her veterinary office, and that was Matt dressed as the werewolf. I also did Sister Mary's Funhouse, jackass stunts with strippers, what could go wrong? Then we got this idea to put together a real movie. We got a script, storyboards, we started making miniatures. We actually made the full-size vehicles, the full-size props. We painted over the green screen, and we started figuring out how to make a film set for like next to nothing. We had to do this, like I said, in our spare time. So we would take stuff home from work, we would get stuff out of the trash, we would ask people for it. We did things like painting the fluorescent lights with spray paint so that it gave a blue cast, and then we covered it with debris so the blue cast came through. This is a huge undertaking when you do stuff like this. And when you put it all together, then you have to age it and make it look old because it looks pristine. Even the robots look too clean. The floor is too clean. So we have to age everything up. And we have to move things constantly. So we figured out how to use the lids from an iced tea bottle under the scaffolding to be able to move it. And we wanted to be able to shoot through this old fan that we got out of the dumpster, and it still would spin. You could just hand spin it, and you could put a cameraman up in the scaffold behind it and film out with the blades rotating. It made really a unique shot. Then the other thing was making walls that were easily, movable out of boxes, and we had to paint all those by hand. We had to make the giant foot. We had to make all the robots. Then there's the arduous task of lighting everything, and then making all of the lighting match or not match depending on what you wanted. So this has been an immense undertaking. And there's Trixie when we first painted her, and then we have to age her up and make her look like she's old. The dead guy, believe it or not, has been in the studio for literally about 15 years. And we just decided to incorporate him into it, and it's really a cool prop, and it's a cool effect. And I think it worked out well. Anyway, a lot of the vehicles, the little robots and things like that, have to do with toys and marketing later in the future, and they also have a great deal to do with the video game that's going to be made. So it's a work in progress, but there's probably prison breaks with less planning that were successful. Anyway, this is the fruits of our labor. These are the very first shots we made where Steve actually walked through the room. We smoked it up. It's nowhere near as good as it could be, but it was our first real taste of 5 years of very, very hard work. So here's what it looks like, and then I'm going to let you in on a few more secrets. Well, guys, there's talk around the campfire about creating a reality TV show, like a series about Bad Seeds from Behind within, and it would be professionally done, and it would go, to the next level beyond our level. So in true Bad Seeds form, we're going to do a vote on it because we're up in the air on it, as a crew. That would mean we would have to let go of our jobs, and we would have to change our lifestyles, and we would be in the studio 24/7, and there would be people filming us the entire time. So it's a big step, it's a big jump, but if we were to do it and create a reality show about us making this movie, that would open up huge avenues for us. It would mean major publicity for us, and it would also bring in huge funding. So that would also put us ahead a great deal. So in true Bad Seeds form, let's take a vote. What do you guys think? And I'm not going to say whether we're going to do it or not, go with a vote on this one. I don't know. We might have to veto you guys because it's such a serious thing. Should we go with a reality TV show for Bad Seeds?